Welcome back to my channel, Maria Kafetzis, luxury real estate broker with Douglas Elliman Real Estate, both in New York and Southeast Florida. And today I want to discuss negotiating and negotiations. A lot of people always tell me, Maria, you're so good at it. Tell me your secrets. And the truth of the matter is I am very good at negotiating, and I have been very good at negotiating since, birth, really. So negotiation and the skill of negotiation is something that you are naturally born with, truthfully. But it can be acquired skill set that, through the years of experience and expertise, you really learn negotiation. And negotiation is not necessarily, getting your way or winning, the lowest price, which most buyers think, or the sellers think that negotiating is getting you more than what your home is worth. Absolutely not. Negotiation for both buyers and sellers is getting the best terms for whatever home you want, right? So if you get excellent terms and a really good price on a home you're not so excited about, it doesn't matter. If you pay a little more, but you get exactly what you want and you know that you got the best deal in that category of home, whether it's a condo, a house, a townhouse, or whatever, you got the best deal in that development and you're living in a fantastic community or neighborhood or whatever it is. So negotiating for sellers, how do you get the upper hand on a buyer? Getting the upper hand on a buyer is not needing to sell. The moment you need to sell, and I mean need, financial need, need because of a divorce, need because of a death, need under duress per se, is because now you give that upper hand to your buyer because you really need a buyer and you really need to close quick and you really need to get out of this house. So you lose your negotiation standpoint now. And leverage. If you know that you're going to sell or you're coming up on a divorce or something is going to occur that you kind of know is happening or in the works, this is the time for you to start considering selling your home, because if you wait till the last minute when you're actually stressed and needing to sell, then you lose your negotiation leverage. So that's very, very important. Pricing your home right. I know that some of you see your neighbors, or you see somebody who sold 3 years ago for a certain price, or you see somebody who got less money and you don't believe your agent can get this much money. Listen to your professional, because we really, most of us anyway, we really go through in a lot of detail to specify a number. So if we bring you a number, let's say it's $600,000 to put your house on the market, but you want to go on the market for $750,000 because a new construction home just sold, and there's no way that your home won't sell for that much because you did so many more upgrades. You have to be realistic. Your upgrades could be worth to a buyer between $20,000 and $100,000, but they're not going to be worth $150,000, even if you spent that amount of money. So pricing it right is the key thing. When you're priced right and you're confident, confidence is the other thing that you have to have. Confidence in your home and confidence in your price. Confidence in your price means that you have a competitive price home, and you don't need to negotiate much because most likely you will have a bidding war. And negotiating, the condition of your home, if there's anything wrong, like I've said in some of my staging videos and preparing to sell video, you have to go through things that are broken, missing, cracked, squeaking, creaking, all those things that I always mention. You really do. And, be confident in your home because it's in great condition. And when you show it, or when your agent shows it, they can show it with pride and say all the great things that are in that home instead of trying to, kind of skim over it so we don't have to touch subject on certain things in the house. So it's important for you to have that leverage per se. If you're in New York, grieve your taxes, every year while you're living in the home, even if you have no intention of selling, because through the years, it'll really make a big difference in, where your taxes are. I have some homeowners that I recommend this to, and they do it for 5 to 8 years, and then they call me, they want to upgrade or they want to downsize, whatever the case may be, and their taxes are still so low, and it's wonderful because it's a huge selling point, especially on Long Island in New York, guys. The taxes are horrendous, so it's really, really nice nice to have a home that has all the amenities and all the square footage and everything, except the taxes are $5,000 less than its neighboring homes. That's a huge deal. Also, make sure you have your star exemption in New York, because you absolutely get that if you're living in the house. People think it's just for first-time home buyers. It's not. It's for anyone who's residing in the home as a primary residence. So it's very important you get that, and it's a small deduction, but it's something off your taxes, and it's a benefit to and a selling point to a buyer. I can pretty much go on and on about things you can do to be confident in your negotiations, but one of the things that I'm going to say is don't nickel and dime your buyer, right? So if you're priced at $1 million and you get an offer for $975 and you go back with $999, it's like you're playing a game with the buyer. Basically when you're any price point above $500,000, the negotiations should really be no more than increments of $5,000. Don't go back with $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,500 because it's an insult to the seller. It makes you look really just bad to a homeowner who doesn't know you, and if you're a buyer, and the seller, it makes you look like you're really, really hungry to sell and that you are not budging at all and you're not negotiable. You're going to be a nightmare to deal with during the transaction if anything comes up. So again, if you're nickel and diming your buyer's homeowner, you're going to get a buyer that's not a pleasure to work with. The same thing with the buyers. So learn to listen out to your agent, whether you're a seller or a buyer, and understand that we are giving you advice from a standpoint of knowledge, expertise, and we've been speaking to the other side and knowing what their standpoint is. So we have to kind of be the neutral party. Negotiating for a buyer. What gives you the upper hand as a buyer is having a timeline you're ready, willing, and able to commit to, meaning if you're ready to close in 60 days, this is the time that you should be looking. If you're ready to close in 6 months from now, this is not the time you should be looking because you have, what's considered not such great terms. No homeowner that's on the market right now wants to close in 6 months. So you lose a little leverage that way. You want to be fully pre-approved. And by fully pre-approved, I don't mean you spoke to a banker and they said, don't worry, I got you, you'll be pre-approved, find the house. This is somebody who thoroughly has gone through your financials, thoroughly has gone through your tax returns, thoroughly has gone through, your income, your bank statement, your credit report. So have a real pre-approval, verifiable. So when you present your offer or when your agent presents your offer, you can be verified, meaning that the listing broker or the homeowner, if they desire, they can call your mortgage banker and have a brief conversation and feel confident that you are fully pre-approved and that they know absolutely everything about you. That's huge. Another negotiating standpoint for a buyer is be reasonable with your offers. Do your legwork, have your agent do their legwork. Make sure that you're not lowballing a property because automatically the seller, even if they deal with you, they're just going to have a bad taste in their mouth, and you definitely don't want to have that situation. You have to be prepared to move quickly. When you put in an offer on a property that's desirable and has, a lot of buyers and a lot of eyes on it, if you lag on your process, meaning lag on submitting paperwork, lag on your offer, lag on doing a home inspection, the seller and their agent will say, you know what, this buyer's not so serious. This buyer is, going to be dragging this process along the whole way. And most likely they will, and you will. And there's a reason why you're delaying. So, and it's probably prematurely looking. So don't do that to yourselves, before you're ready. Make sure that you're ready financially, mentally, emotionally, and, whatever else you need to do with children's schools or whatever you have. And truthfully speaking, having a strong agent, having a personable agent, having somebody who can represent you as the buyer to a seller of 5 offers and win that for you. That's winning a negotiation, not necessarily getting you, $300,000 off the asking price. It's getting you the house at good terms, at a good number that's fair and reasonable, and also, getting you the actual property you want and not having you get outbid or miss out on that opportunity. So these are some negotiation tactics that you can use and steps. But again, we are hired and licensed to do this. The more experience and expertise your agent has and the more transactions that they have closed, the more they will have a grip and a good understanding of what a true negotiation is. So I'm considered, one of the best negotiators in my industry, and this is because I use these processes, and I also listen to people and what they want, and I try to meet them halfway and deliver that and explain it to my clients. So if I'm a listing broker, I explain it to my homeowner. Hey, this buyer is concerned about this, or this buyer mentioned this situation. How could we correct this and maybe get you a little more money? Or on the buyer side, having a concern of theirs addressed to the homeowner where they can resolve the problem, not necessarily get the money off, because it's not all about the money. It's about getting problems resolved and, having everybody be on the same page with that. So these are some of the quick tips that I can give you. Again, if you have any questions at all, and let's say you don't even live in New York or in Florida, but you do have a question and you come across this video, I'm happy to receive your phone call, your text, and answer any questions you may have on any of the subjects that I do post videos about. So please, New Yorkers, Floridians, Southeast Floridians, please do call me, text me. I would love to discuss with you a strategy. Even if you're not ready to sell or buy just yet, I would love to be able to give you some light on which direction to go in. And of course, provide you with my absolutely amazing negotiation skills. So give me a call today. My telephone numbers are 516-885-2525. or 305-773-5994. You can also email me at wrightrealtor, 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at wrightrealtor, 4, the letter U. You can also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/wrightrealtor for you. And of course, please subscribe to my channel, which is also Wright Realtor for you. Subscribe and like this video, and I look forward to hearing from you and to bringing you many more informational and educational videos. Thank you.